Hello, this is Kurt Schleibaum, and in this screencast we're going to take a little bit of a deeper look into how to assign assignments in Google Classroom and what options the student has into turning in their work. So let's go over to a Google Classroom I have set up for example purposes, and we can see that there's no assignments yet assigned. So let's assign an assignment. So select assignment. We can put in a title. We can put in instructions. We can give it a due date. Say you don't want your second period to tell your third period what's going on the answers, or vice versa. You could even timestamp it so that you want it to be done at 12 a.m. Now, as a teacher, I have several options. We can upload and attach a file from our computer. We can select an individual item out of our drive. We can attach a YouTube video. We can attach a link to an item such as a website. So let's go ahead and attach an item out of my drive. So go to my resources files, and I'm just going to select one. So now the teacher has an options of the students can view only the file. They can edit the file. That means they're all editing that one file. Or they can make a copy for each student. By choosing make copy for each student will get a copy inside their Google Drive, and it will have a turn in button on that assignment to return it to you. But that is not the only way students have to turn in work when you assign it. So maybe we have a sheet we want to be view only. So we're going to leave it view only. And you can select exactly which classes you want to assign. You can save it as a draft. So maybe you want to work after school and you don't want to post it out there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because you're really top end students are going to go ahead and start tomorrow's work early. So maybe you want to save it as a draft and assign it in the morning. We're going to go ahead and assign this. So now we have our assignment assigned, and you can see our one student has not done it. So let's go over to the student view. How do they see this? So now we have flipped into the student view, and we need to refresh. And we can see our assignment. So the student can see the assignment. So this is the student view. So they have view only rights. So if we click on here, it's going to open it up. And I have view only rights. The student can still make a copy at this point by going File, Make Copy. Or if it has some questions on it and we need them to answer them, they simply can open the assignment. And by opening the assignment, we can mark it as done if there's nothing that needs to be done for the teacher. They can send you a private note if they have a question. Or the best part, they can create a document, presentation, spreadsheet, or drawing. So if they create the item from opening the assignment and going create and selecting any of these will also have a turn-in button. So let's create a drawing. So it's going to produce that drawing, and you can see I can open that drawing up, and when I have it open, I can put something on it, draw an arrow. Let's draw a shape here. Grab an arrow, put something on it, and when I go back, it's already at that assignment and attached, so I can turn it in right there. What if I didn't hit the create button and I created something in my drive? That is perfectly okay as well. You can see add something out of drive, and I can select any document in my drive to add. So drawings, anything in drive, one item at a time. They can also give you a link, so you can assign an assignment to say, go find a news article that corresponds with the coursework, and they can give you that link and turn it in. Or they can upload a file. So this here allows to get around that well, we didn't have access to the internet and we couldn't do a Google Doc, so they could always do it in Word or any other program and upload that file later for you to do that. So we're simply going to go into the Google Drive, and we're going to select just any item and add, and you can see that it will add it to this assignment, and they can press turn in. So if they turn it in, then you can say turn in. And what does that mean to turn in? So when a student turns in an assignment, the permissions of that item change from the student back to the teacher. So the student can no longer edit the item. Even if they open it up in their drive, you can see that they'll have view-only rights. If a student needs to make a change after they've turned it in, they have to unsubmit it, and it will prompt them for a reason. And you as a teacher will have this reason. And it logs every time it's been unsubmitted. So it starts that personal dialogue. This just is between that student and you as the teacher. And let's go back to the teacher side and see how that looks. So first we want to turn it back in so you can see that. Let's go to the teacher side. So in the teacher side, I need to refresh. I have one student done. So we can click in here and we can click into our student. And you can see that personal dialogue. This is where I could say, okay, I understand why you unsubmitted it. And you can see the submission history of being unsubmitted and submitted back in. And it will prompt you if they do that after the due date. I can click into that item and you can see that I have access to that item. So right now it is turned in, so the permissions on that document are for me. For me to give the permissions back to the student, I have to click on that student and hit return. So I'm going to return that. You can add a note, and that is how to do some of the assignments with your students and how the students can get the work to you, whether you make them a copy or they create it inside Google Classroom or they need to attach it inside Google Classroom. Hopefully that clears up some of your questions, and thank you for watching and listening.